3 seconds early. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this little afternoon Hangout stream. My daughter just went down for a really late nap. If any parents are out there, I'm looking for some advice. Okay? Whenever I put my daughter down for a nap, she always poops. And it wakes her up, and then she doesn't nap, and then I put her down after I clean her up, and then she goes right out. But it's like she holds it. This is not a topic of conversation anybody wants to hear, but I don't get it, man. Like, it's so weird, man. It's like she holds it until I put her in her crib, and then I hear, "Dada, I poo-pooed." It's so weird. Jesus, guys, thank you so much for the channel support. 4 minutes in, crazy, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, Matthew. So yeah, watched all 7 games of the Braves. We will discuss this. I see you, Sean. I see you there, man. Congratulations, by the way. You guys certainly deserved it. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Anyway, we'll get to it. But I appreciate that. Hope everybody is doing well. It is Monday.
Watched The Devil all the time on Netflix and really liked it, and watched 9 and it's underrated. Well, works kinda not great right now, so got a jet before it even starts. Have a good one, everybody.
Vince, thank you so much for the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Maybe you'll watch this later. We watched The Evil Dead. We'll get to that too. I appreciate that, Vince and Elijah. Let's run down the list in order. I see Caleb, Sean, Grant, Swish, Elijah, and Vince. Thank you guys so much for the channel support. Let's jump into this, shall we? Caleb Kemp, hello there. Right back at you, man. I appreciate that. General Kenobi, hope you are doing well. I was actually going to do a supporter Q&A tonight, Caleb, but I don't think notifications went out on Patreon again. I only got like 2 questions, which is very rare. Usually I at least get like 13 or 15, so like in that ballpark. So I think this was a case of like notifications not going out. I might repost it again just to get, or maybe throw it up on Patreon or something like that. But anyway, I appreciate that, Caleb. Get that question, and I think I'm going to postpone the Q&A until like Thursday or something like that. Yeah, Jesus, you never got one. It's weird, man. It's weird. I've had that happen maybe two or 3 times in the past 6 months. It's weird. But yeah. Sean R., thank you so much for the channel support. I'm sure you're doing well today. Sean R. says, my Dodgers are just the greatest. It's a very, very frustrating, it was a very frustrating series, man. Been a Braves fan since I was a kid, lived in Atlanta from the time I was 5 years old till, actually probably about 4 years old till about 13, 14-ish. And just been a Braves fan my entire life. You know, they haven't been to the World Series since 99. They haven't won a World Series since 95. So I thought it was our time, you know. And so many squandered and missed opportunities, and it was a big letdown. Watched all 7 games of the series. We were up, you know, 3-1. I just thought we had this thing in the bag, and definitely outplayed us for sure. Just the worst base running I have ever seen in the majors. It was like watching some T-ball stuff. From the Braves. Yeah, it was a big bummer, man. Like, I watched it all, obviously, last night, and, like, I was like, shit. It was like midnight. I was like, shit, man. What a bummer. Laid in bed for like an hour after that, just on my phone. Just, it sucks, man. But, I guess next season, right? It was an exciting season for sure. But, blew it. Absolutely blew it. Anyway, I appreciate that, Sean. Riding high, man. And Grant Guthrie, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Grant says, well, what do you know? Some new jams, Greedo. Been a while. How you been? Yeah, so lately I've added, I would say, 10 new songs to the live stream loop, live stream playlist, the live stream shuffle. And yeah, I like them all. They're all just kind of, there's particular artists that I guess just got on the YouTube train, and yeah, some fun stuff like the song that I played at the beginning. Or this is not a, this is one that if you, what video? Oh, the fans video, the fake fans real fan video that I made. This is the song that I used in it, and dude, I love it. It reminds me of like, I don't know, some cheesy ass 90s VHS. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's why I used it in that video. And it's going to be the morning coffee theme song from now on, if that is cool with you guys. Cool. But anyway, good to see you, Grant. Hope you're doing well.
Gonna leave with a question. If you happen to smash your helmet out of frustration watching the Braves lose, would you find a space monkey to fix it with red glue, or just get another one?
Vince Wynn, thank you so much once again for the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. I definitely, I'm not one of those kind of guys. I don't smash things. I have a buddy who, you know, if he hits a bad chip shot, his wedge is going to be wrapped around a tree. I don't have that in me, man. I've never been one to throw a controller. So, yeah, anyway. Give me one sec, Vince. Give me one sec. Yeah, anyway. Good to see you, Grant. Things are going well. Yeah, not much else, man. Just hanging in there. Same old, pretty much. But yeah, good to see you, Grant. Hope you're doing well. And Swish Fish, howdy Greedo, happy Monday. Right back at you, man. Happy Monday indeed. We had a really fun weekend. And now it's weird, man. Like, our weekends go by so fast now. The three of us, my wife, my daughter, and me, we always try to do some fun shit. And yeah, by the end of the day, it's weird. Like, it used to be like my wife and I just going to breweries and shit. And now we're going pumpkin patches and running around and going and building like spider web shit for Halloween. And yeah, just a lot of fun, man. And it goes by too quick. It goes by too quick. But happy Monday, right back at you. Right back at you. Hope you're doing well, Swish. And Elijah Neal, good to see you, man. Elijah says, hey, Greedo, how's your afternoon going? Very excited for Mando tonight. Hopefully they don't reveal too much, but reveal enough to get us going crazy. I actually did not hear about anything with The Mandalorian going on tonight until literally 10 minutes ago. As the intro music was playing before the stream started, I just went on Twitter to announce the stream. And I saw The Mandalorian trending. And so, yeah. Let's see. The wait is almost over. We are a week away from the Mando Mondays, which kicks off October 26th with a bounty of new goods inspired by The Mandalorian. Countdown with us via blah, 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 blah. Don't miss a moment of The Mandalorian. Heart this tweet to receive a reminder when each new episode starts streaming on Disney+. So, yeah, a new look at The Mandalorian Season 2 debuts tonight during Monday Night Football. So, yeah, keep an eye on that, I suppose. Which that's a plus. We always watch Monday Night Football. And sometimes Star Wars happens to be shown on it. So, dig it. But, yeah, we will definitely check it out. Nice. Anyway, yeah, Elijah. Looking forward to it. Don't know what they're going to do. It says, what, did it say a trailer or a preview? A new look at The Mandalorian Season 2. So I guess it's going to be a trailer or... probably should have looked into this before I started babbling about it. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, looking forward to it, man. I think they've done a really good job across the board with modern Star Wars when it comes to not revealing too much in trailers or teasers and stuff like that. Say what you will about the movies, but it's kind of hard to disagree with that, man. Like, I feel like all of the trailers for every single movie, and even The Mandalorian, just they've done a real good job of just teasing a tiny bit. Other than the Rise of Skywalker, which the whole Palpatine thing, I am very curious what I would think of it if we had no prior knowledge of that actually happening. Palpatine being back. I'm curious if I would have such like kind of disdain for it. I'm sure I would, but it might have even been worse going into it and just being like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But overall, I feel like they've done a good job, pulling back on revealing too much and keeping that mystery alive in the teasers and the trailers and stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. I'll probably end up making a video about it tomorrow morning. Speaking of videos, I started a fun new series today. Started recording some audio for it. It's going to be called What's in the Box, I think that's what I'm going to call it. And I found a ton of like 30 Star Wars comics, like old 1980s, 1970s Marvel Star Wars comics, in a plastic bin that I've had for a long time. And I think I'm just going to like put my hand in the box and pull one randomly out from now on and check out all these comics until I'm out of them. I already got the first one pulled, and I wrote a script for it, and it's super goofy, and yeah, so looking forward to that series. Anyway, Elijah, I appreciate that, man. Is the music too loud, guys? It's pretty loud in my headset, but that doesn't matter. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much on two fronts here. Vince Wynn, says, watched The Devil All the Time on Netflix, and really liked it, and watched 9, and is 9 that animated movie with the, let me see, 9 movie. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking of. I've never seen it. Don't know anything about it. But I recognize the title and the look of it, I guess. And it's underrated. Well, works kinda... Where did it go? Kind of not great right now, so got a jet before it even starts. Have a good one, everybody. Actually going to leave a question. If you happen to smash your helmet out of frustration watching the Braves lose, would you find a space monkey to fix it with red glue or just get another one? I would definitely fix it. I would definitely fix that. It's too expensive to build a new helmet, the type of helmet that I have, and I would definitely fix it. I've had to fix my armor before, like little cracks. And the chest plate, especially where the chest like curves around your shoulder, sometimes cracks develop. And what I do is, and what a lot of people do across the board who have Stormtrooper armor, they go to like Home Depot and buy a thick-ish plastic sign that you would see, like an employees must wash hands kind of sign, right? That kind of like plasticky, you know, it has a little give to it, but it's somewhat thick, and you cut it to
currently running Star Wars D campaign set in the Old Republic, and my players are about to meet a HUD crime boss. What should his personal bounty hunter be named? P.S. Not a man.
Mr. Shap, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this afternoon, man. I greatly appreciate that. One sec. So yeah, you take this like a sign like that and cut it to the dimensions that you need to fix the crack, and you glue it with like E11 or some other kind of Gorilla Glue or something like that on the inside of your armor to kind of prevent that crack from spreading further and getting larger, you know. So I repair, and I don't need a space monkey with red glue to fix it. I could do it my damn self there, Vince. But you mentioned movies that you watched. We watched Evil Dead over the weekend. I had never seen it. My wife had never seen it. Neither of us are really into that kind of, I don't know, horror movie. You know, the slasher, the gore for the sake of gore kind of movie. I think she hated it. She did not like it whatsoever. We always see eye to eye on movies for the most part. I mean, it was all right, but I can appreciate it from like a super low budget. Sam Raimi gets his start. You know, this is some people with some fun gore ideas and some makeup, you know, ideas, and they just want to go make a movie in like their backyard. It kind of had that vibe, you know, it had that feel to it. So that's what we watched recently. It was all right, you know. But I've heard the sequel is much better. It's basically a remake. I've heard Army of Darkness, which I've never seen any of them. Army of Darkness. It's really interesting though, man. Like what? So Army of Darkness. Okay, yeah. It's really interesting what gets like a cult following. You know, it's super interesting to me. But I would love to see the sequel. I would love to see Army of Darkness, just to see like that progression of Raimi's work. You know.
Oh, what's tabletop games call to you. It is the will of the Force. You cannot escape your destiny.
Grant Guthrie, thank you so much for the ridiculous super chat and channel support this afternoon, man. I appreciate the hell out of that. Give me one sec. But yeah, Vince, I appreciate that, man. This coming weekend, we're going to be watching what's it called? Hereditary. Maybe Midsummer. I can't remember who recommended that to me. It might have been Oscar last stream or a couple streams ago. I think we're planning on watching both of those this coming weekend. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. And speaking of the devil, Oscar Rodriguez, good to see you, man. Ever watched A Ghost Story? It's very melancholy. No, I have a Ghost Story. I don't think I have. No, I've never seen it. Is this a Netflix show? Or is it a Netflix movie? It looks like a Netflix movie. Let's see. A ghost story definitely manages its ambitious themes through an inventive, artful, and ultimately poignant exploration of love and loss. No, I've never seen it. I recognize the cover though. I recognize the cover. But I don't know anything about it. It's like, for the most part, I would say that if anybody asks me, have I seen, so and so movie, and the genre is like horror or something like that, there's a good chance, like, I would put all my chips down that I have not seen it. It's a genre that I don't really watch much of. Not because I don't like it, but it's just kind of rare for us to be in the mood to watch something like that, unless it's like around Halloween, right? And even then, man, sometimes we go past Halloween without even watching a scary movie. Just happens that way sometimes. But yeah, for the most part, if you ask me, like, if I've seen a horror movie, a specific horror movie, there's a good chance that no, I have not seen it. I'm trying to think what the most recent. We watched It last year. I think that's it. Before that, I think the year before that we watched Scream. Oh no, the year before that we watched Beetlejuice. I had never seen it. I think I had seen it. Watching it, it felt very familiar, but I don't know. And the year before that, I think we watched Scream. And because my wife had never seen it. That's a good one. It's a fun one. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Mr. Oscar there. And Caleb Kemp, thank you so much, man. Caleb says, and some good news for me. I got a perfect score in my last college class. Nice. I absolutely love that cheesy 90s music too, by the way. Nice. Yeah, so congratulations, man. That's exciting stuff. That's, I shouldn't say congratulations. I should say hell yeah. Congratulations is what you say when somebody wins the lottery. What should I say? When you get a perfect score in a class? Hell yeah. All that work paid off? To me, congratulations sound like, oh, I won the sweepstakes for a new bike. There needs to be something else when you like put in hard work. A good job. That's what it should be. Good job. Hell yeah, man. Good job, right? Not congratulations sounds like you won a sweepstakes for a new Xbox One X. But good job, Caleb. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. In all seriousness, but yeah, I dig the music too. I don't know why. It just kind of fits the vibe of these streams, and as we fly through intergalactic space, I suppose, right? But I appreciate that, man. We'll probably be back in school in January. Firefighter Academy. We'll see. Yeah, super excited. That's kind of my goal. Should have done it a long time ago, man. I got out of the Navy in 2011. Went to college for a little bit. Got an AA degree. Worked a couple graphic design jobs. Did a ton of freelance over the years. And just kind of, it's been great. And also, obviously, the channel was like a good half of what I've done over the years, too. It's always been there, and it's always been fun. And but this is something that I've always wanted to do. And it took a pandemic for me to realize that, I'm 34. I need to kick it into gear. And if I don't end up doing this, I'm going to, I would have kicked myself in the ass if I'm like 60 years old and I never pursued this thing that I've wanted to pursue since I got out of the Navy. Finally pulling the trigger and doing it, So I will be in school soon as well, man. But yeah. Anyway, congratulations, man. Good job. And Grant Guthrie, thank you so much once again. Have I told you about the Midnight yet, or FM84? You'd get such a kick out of that synthwave sound. Yes, FM84. FM. You have mentioned FM84. Let's see. You have mentioned it. Let's see here. FM84. Yeah, yep. You have mentioned it. I'm pretty sure I listened to some of it as well. What was the other one? The Midnight. I don't have... That one's not coming up in my my history. I don't think I've seen that. I love some of this cover art. Stuff like that. That's awesome. No, I'll check these out for sure. I don't know what it is about that aesthetic, man. I love it. I love it. I don't know why. I don't know why it speaks to me. It's weird. Right, Grant? I don't know. It's like my office has that purplish, pinkish LED lights, you know, behind my desk and stuff like that. And I tell my wife I like walking into my office at 5 in the morning and feeling like I'm in a spaceship. And yeah, it's weird, man. It's a weird. It's weird that this aesthetic appeals to not only me but so many other people. You know, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, I appreciate that, Grant. I'm gonna check both of these out for sure. I like there's faces to the names too, which is very rare for this kind of music that I listen to. Usually, it's just like an alias, and you know, you don't really see people's faces behind some of this electronic music. You know. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Mr. Shap, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Mr. Shap says, currently running a Star Wars D&D campaign set in the Old Republic, and my players are about to meet a Hutt crime boss. What should his personal bounty hunter be named? Not a Mando. Can I name him? I'm gonna name him what my like one of my video game characters forever and ever in MMOs I've named Benton. Is that a lame bounty hunter name? Benton. All right, let's go Benton the bounty hunter. I don't know why that's like in Ultima Online and Star Wars Galaxies, in everything from Dark Age of Camelot to EverQuest, every MMO that I've ever played, Ashran's Call. For whatever reason, I've always used like Benton and then whatever last name. Is that cool? Yeah, it sounds good. All right, Benton. 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 Another one I used to use was Kaylor. K-A-Y. That was more for like Ultima Online and stuff like that. K-A-Y-L-O-R. So let's go with either one of those. My old MMO names that I used to use for like 15, 20 years. And I haven't really used those in a long time. But, well, yeah, anyway. I appreciate that, Mr. Shap. Best of luck on your D&D campaign. Something I've never really gotten into, as Grant's next super chat will... Yeah, there you go. Benton Kaylor. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Both. Let's combine it there. Kaylor Benton. There you go. I dig it, man. I dig it. Or either way. Benton Kaylor, Kaylor Benton. Sure. Nice, man. Awesome. Awesome. Dig it. Perfect. That kind of sounds Star Warsy, right? I like it. Yeah, for sure. All right, there's your answer, Mr. Chef. I appreciate that, man. And Grant Guthrie, Connor Johnson, Lego Star Wars fan, Chris, Arco, and Edward. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for the channel support this afternoon. Grant says, Greedo, you know the Star Wars tabletop games call to you. It is the will of the Force. You cannot escape your destiny. Dude, I would love to try them. I would love to play them. Well, first of all, I mean, this is what I always say, is that I barely have time to do anything, you know? And the time that I would devote to, like, maybe playing some tabletop stuff with some friends that are into that locally, I usually, you know, reserve that for family time. You know, go to a pumpkin patch together. Go play at the park, the three of us. So, like, when it comes to time to devote to a tabletop game, at the moment, I don't I don't really have a desire to do that right now. Now, when my daughter grows up and she wants nothing to do with me, as teenagers no doubt go through, so most teenagers I would assume, maybe she'll want to play some tabletop stuff. That would be fun, right? That would be fun. But yeah, never been into tabletop stuff anyway, Grant. I don't know if we've had this conversation before, but you know, I've played D&D a couple times, but never like any extensive campaigns. I feel like me and my buddies have tried it a couple times, and then, you know, just like maybe a couple hours, and then we never touch it again. It's weird, man. It's something that I've never really gotten into, and I've never really been around anybody that's super into it either. I do have friends that I see from time to time who are really into it, but I don't see them enough to like have any time to play it with them, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's weird. I would love to at some point, you know, crack some beers and play some Star Wars tabletop or whatnot, but never really been into anything like that. The closest tabletop like experience that I've ever had, like I would maybe like a little obsession with, was when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and I used to go to over my buddy's house and play a game called Talisman, and his dad was like super into just kind of fantasy board games, and you know, the original Ultimas on the PC and stuff like that, and he had like battle axes on the wall. Just a super nerdy Marine veteran who was really into that Fantasyland world shit, you know. And we would all sit down and play Talisman. It was a fun game. It's way more linear than like a D&D or something like that. I mean, it is a linear game, but I always loved the artwork, and I've wanted to play it since then. I probably haven't played it since I was like 11, so... But for whatever reason, it just kind of stuck with me all these years, you know. But yeah, I'd love to get it at some point, and maybe try to play a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate that, Grant. Hope you're doing well, man. Connor Johnson, good to see you, Connor. Would you ever want to meet Tommy Wiseau? That's random. Not gonna be honest, not really. Like in terms of people that I want to meet. Pretty low on my list, man. Like, I don't have that affinity for The Room. You know, some people are like obsessed with it as a so bad it's good kind of thing. So some people are obsessed with Tommy Wiseau as an egomaniacal like person. But I just don't have that kind of affinity for him or the movie. Yeah, he just seems like kind of a guy who's... I mean, I think now... I was gonna say he's in on the joke, but I don't know if he is. He seems to have such a big ego. Yeah, it's hard to explain, man. Yeah, it's hard to explain how I picture him. Is he in on the joke? Because everybody around him is, and you almost feel bad for him in a way, but if he's in on the joke, then it's kind of like an Andy Kaufman thing, but I don't think he is, right? But just somebody who, you know, maybe he's super full of himself, created a vanity project. His movie didn't turn out the way he wanted it to. Somehow he got it funded, and he has a shitload of money, right? Does anybody know how he made that money? I have no idea. I've never looked into this, man. What's up, Ethan? By all accounts, he's a very nice guy. See, I've never seen anything on him. I watched I've only seen bits and pieces of the Room movie. I did watch the Seth Rogen shit, what's his name? He's in one of my favorite movies of all time. What the hell is his name? Oh my god, what is his name? James Franco. Thank you, Ethan. Yeah. I did watch that movie. That's pretty good. I don't really remember it too much, but But yeah, nah. And in terms of like people I would really want to meet, Tommy Wiseau is it wouldn't even enter my brain. But I appreciate that, Connor. And Lego Star Wars Fan 77, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Mr. 77 says, in my opinion, TLJ is the strongest in the sequel trilogy because it started to give some actual purpose in the saga. It's definitely my favorite in the sequel trilogy as well. TLJ is. I think I appreciate it for trying to kind of stir things up and do something different. It's really interesting how different the 3 sequel trilogy Star Wars movies are. And I guess you could say that about the original trilogy as well. But, like, The Force Awakens is just kind of like it kicks you in the gut with nostalgia. It's a fun romp. It's, you know, it's a fast-paced, you know, no time to breathe. Just go, 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 go. It's fun. It's just pure Star Wars fun. A lot of callbacks, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of, but I think it did a good job setting things up. The Last Jedi, to me, I liked the direction that it took. I loved all the twists and turns. I thought the connection between Rey and Ben, Rey and Kylo, that was one of the most brilliant things in the entire saga. I love how that was handled. Best performance in any Star Wars, I think, Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. I loved Luke in The Last Jedi. The ending, man, on Crate with Luke and Ben, that entire confrontation, one of my all-time favorite scenes in the saga. And is, yeah, so in terms of the sequel trilogy, I think it's the strongest movie that stands on its own, and try to, I don't know, breathe some new ideas and new life into what could have been, or what maybe became with the Rise of Skywalker, something a little dull and kind of expected and kind of repetitive and a little predictable, you know. And that's what I don't want in my Star Wars. I don't want predictability. And TLJ was just kind of, to me at least, a breath of fresh air and kind of, you know, stepping outside of that predictability. But anyway, yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Mr. 77. And Chris Morinek, did I say that correctly? Can't remember. Chris, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. Chris asks, have you been watching the Right Stuff series? It's funny that well, first of all, no, I have not. I have not watched it yet. My buddy actually texted me last night, and he asked me, have you seen the Right Stuff show? Haven't heard a peep about it. And I said, not yet. Want to, though. The original movie is in my top 5, which, if you guys, you probably know, the Right Stuff movie is in without a doubt in my top 5. Sometimes it's in my top 2. So yeah, I haven't watched it yet. We just got done watching season 2 of The Boys. We're all caught up with that. So I think maybe we'll watch the Right Stuff show. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I haven't looked up a Rotten Tomatoes score. I don't know how well it's received. I don't know what's going on. There's only 3. Oh, they didn't release it as the entire season. Gotcha. I didn't realize that. All right, Chris. So yeah, I love the movie. I've never read the book. I love the movie. You know, I know the story, the Mercury 7. Kind of obsessed with that, as you probably know. But I definitely want to watch the show. And I'm worried that I'm going to do that dummy thing where I'm just going to endlessly compare it to the show or compare it to real life, knowing the history, you know, the real life history. But you could also do that about the movie with the real life. Anyway. But I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I'm curious oh shit, the movie's like 3 hours. But I'm curious with this with the series, are they going to be able to kind of explore? Obviously, they're going to be able to explore a lot more, but yeah, I'm curious what they choose to explore more of, right? If they kind of, because the Right Stuff movie has so much humor in it. It has so much heart and just kind of like heroism, and it's very Boy Scouty at times, but it's also funny. And I'm curious if the show keeps up that same tone, that feel of the movie, or if it kind of tries to do its own thing, you know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, man. We're kind of like in a don't know what to watch right now since we finished The Boys. So, yeah, definitely gonna watch that. Are there gonna be 8 episodes? Is that what it's gonna be? The Right Stuff Show. Ah, bummer. 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. I shouldn't have looked that up. 86% audience score. All right. I haven't even looked at the cast. Chris Kraft is a good cast. That's a pretty damn good casting of Chris Kraft. Huh. Huh. Anyway. It's still early in the program. Astronauts fooling around with locals. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I definitely want to watch it. 100%. I want to watch it. Maybe after Halloween, when we get our fill of spooky movies, we'll jump into it. But yeah, really hope it's really hope I like it. We shall see. But anyway, Chris, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, maybe I'll talk about it after the entire season comes out and we watch it. But yeah, true, after Halloween we'll have Mando. That's true. How many so do they air on Fridays? Oh, so The Mandalorian and The Right Stuff will come out on Fridays. All right. Yeah, I guess after the first season, after I watch it, or there's only going to be one season, right? I think. After that, I'll do a little discussion video. Maybe talk about the movie as well, how much I've loved the movie forever, you know. But anyway, I appreciate that, Chris. And Arco, Edward Arco, and Lego Star Wars Fan 77. Guys, I appreciate the hell out of the patience. You guys know how I am long-winded. Arco, thank you so much, man. So, are we collectively all done with Squadrons? I roll. I've moved on to Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein's fun as shit. And Assassin's Creed. I can't say that I'm collectively done with it. I just haven't played anything lately. When I want to play a game, it's weird, man. Like, when I want to play a game, nowadays I kind of like to play it by myself. I don't know why. I just have not been in the mood to stream video games, even brand new ones. Even like Jedi Fallen Order, I streamed maybe a quarter of what I actually played. You know, it's weird. I can't say that I'm done with it. I'm actually going to be a part of a creators Squadrons tournament, which I am just going to get completely demolished. Trust me. If I need, I don't know how the squadron's going to work. I think I might have to put together a squadron. So, Arco, stand by. I'm just going to recruit some guys that I've already played with, and we'll see. Caleb, I've already thought about you, man. If I'm gonna have to ask how this is gonna work, so yeah, if you want to be a part of the squadron, stand by, man. Yeah, I've already thought about you on the ticket. But yeah, I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know for sure. But yeah, Arco, I haven't really played it since the last time I streamed it. It's not that I'm over it. It's just I haven't really played anything else, you know. Yeah, I already thought about you, Geezus. All three of you guys that just posted. You were like front and center right there. Trust me. I will let you guys know. But yeah, hell yeah. I think we would be pretty solid. Probably get destroyed, but but yeah. That's how it goes, man. We're playing like against Alex from Star Wars Explained, Eckert's Ladder. Just like a huge crew of guys that I know have already logged like 100 hours into the game. And I'm just gonna get demolished. But it's all good. But yeah, Arco, the only thing that I've been playing over the past 2 weeks, really, or the past week or so, is the Stranger Things 3 video game, which is super fun. I know I've mentioned it quite a bit over the past month or so. I've logged only like 9 hours in it, and I'm almost done with the game. I think I'm on the last episode, but like, it's such a fun throwback kind of game. It's on Game Pass, and like, I've described it as a mix of Zombies Ate My Neighbors and A Link to the Past. And yeah, love it. That's about the only thing I've played lately, Arco. But yeah, man. Standing by, nice. I'll hit you up when I know some more information. But yeah, I appreciate that. And Edward Castonguay Foisey, good to see you, man. Edward says, "Hey Greedo, did you see the lightsaber video by the Hacksmith? Really amazing. Check it out if you didn't already." I actually haven't seen it yet, man. Somebody brought that up a couple streams ago. I just haven't gotten around to watching it. I can picture the thumbnail in my brain. It's even been recommended to me on my Xbox, where I watch all my YouTube when I do watch YouTube. So yeah, I have not watched it yet. I joked a few streams ago, Edward, that I was gonna do a reaction video to that and make it just over the top dumb and just like a completely fake reaction video, you know? I think I'm still gonna do that, because I like acting like an idiot and making fun of reaction videos, and instead of making an actual reaction video, I kind of just want to do I'm sure maybe some of you guys have seen my solo trailer reaction video where I just sat on the toilet looking at my phone for 3 minutes, and that was my video. But yeah, anyway, I'll definitely check it out eventually, Edward. I appreciate it. Yeah, Stranger Things 3, the video game. I have it on the Xbox. It's great, man. It's great. Zombies Ate My Neighbors was a game for the Super Nintendo. And yeah, it was fun. Like 99 levels, just kind of running around, shooting squirt guns at zombies and throwing soda cans at zombies. It's a good one, man. If you ever get a chance, I don't know, maybe it's on like the Wii or the Switch store, or the Nintendo store or something. Maybe it's on there. If anybody has not played Zombies Ate My Neighbors, it's a fun one to play for sure. But yeah. There we go. Arco, once again, thank you so much. I was today years old when I found out that the owner of the Jags also owns Fulham Football. Yeah, a local rival of my team, Chelsea. It's weird hearing fans complain they're going the way of the Jags. Yeah, Shad Khan, yep. Yeah. Yeah, he owns a lot. He is not very liked in the city now. Yeah, Jags are 1-5, man. It sucks. It sucks for sure. It's to the point where I don't really care to watch them. You know, yesterday actually, during the game, it was like the middle of the third quarter, and I was like, fuck this. And I just put on my running shorts and I went for a 4-mile jog. I got back and it was at the 2-minute warning before the game was over, and we were down by a ton, and I've lost faith in this season. I just don't care to watch it anymore. You know, I feel like the Jags, it's been like this for 10 years. I feel like, you know, ups and downs, and the beginning of every season is very hopeful, and then it's just, you know, I feel like the beginning of every season is super hopeful, and we always think we have a franchise quarterback, and it always turns out not to be the case a couple games in, right? But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Arco. Yeah, small world for sure, right? Shad Khan has his giant yacht parked about a mile away from the stadium on the St. John's River. Just right there. Everybody can see it when they're crossing over the I think that's the Fuller Warren Bridge, driving into the city. Just sitting there. Just like look at my ass. I'm Shad Khan. Check out this yacht. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Lego Star Wars Fan 77, Brendan, Scatlord, and a dancing piece of bread. Thank you guys for the channel support as well. After these, I'm going to hop off, do a little workout, and then wake up my daughter from her nap if she starts sleeping a little too late. Lego Star Wars fan 77 liked new stuff in TLJ, but still had some issues. Yeah, the only issues that I really had with the movie, and some of the pacing. But the thing is, like, after multiple viewings, a lot of the pacing complaints kind of subside a little bit. I think that initial, well, it's like my biggest complaint was Canto Bight at the beginning, and after my first viewing, and after multiple viewings, they only spend like 8 or so minutes in that storyline, right? It's not that long. I could have just really underestimated how much time there, but it's definitely like watching it again. It definitely doesn't steer that far in terms of minutes away from, you know, the meat and potatoes. But yeah, overall, like I didn't have any issues with really story beats or the direction of where, you know, where they took characters and stuff like that. My issue was with some of the kind of the pacing and a little bit of the tone. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Oh, that is pouring outside now. But yeah, overall, I'm really hoping that Rian Johnson gets a trilogy. I think anybody that doesn't think he's a talented filmmaker is being kind of facetious and a little ridiculous, and letting their rage maybe blind them a little bit. He's a super talented filmmaker, and I don't understand how. Yeah, all right, maybe you didn't like TLJ, right? But shit, man, the guy's talented. You don't want to see what he comes up with for like an original 3-film Star Wars trilogy? I mean, I think it'd be kind of fun, right? Let's do it. I don't know. It's weird, man. I hope that's the case, though, you know. But we shall see. I'm fine with him pumping the brakes. Let's pump the brakes for 5 or 10 years for another Star Wars movie. I know that's not going to happen, but kind of like the idea of taking a little rest, right? But, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Star Wars fan 77. Brendan Bellman, thank you so much for the channel support. Brendan says, you getting the Series X. You know, probably not. I say, I've always said that I'm not much of a console gamer, right? But I feel like that's kind of changed over the past couple of years, to tell you the truth, since becoming a dad, really. I feel like I have more time to just plop on my couch and play a game for an hour early in the morning, and that's kind of where I've been doing most of my gaming lately. You know, it's weird. That being said, I can't justify buying a Series X, at least right now. I think if I was to get another console, it would be a Switch or whatever they're going to be coming out with in the distant future. Yeah, the Xbox Series X, like, I'll never say never, but at the moment, I would rather get a Nintendo console. I don't know why. We've all, like, me and my wife love playing. We played our Wii U for a long time, you know, Mario Kart online, and we were just playing it constantly. And for whatever reason, we've never really found any games together that we like playing on the Xbox. That's weird, but we both love playing, you know, Nintendo stuff together. But we don't have a Switch, so if I was to get another console, it'd probably be that. I might skip this next generation of consoles. And maybe just do some PC gaming and some Xbox One S gaming. And, you know, maybe if something comes out on the horizon that really, really piques my interest and makes me, like, just really thirsty for an Xbox Series X, you know, an exclusive game or something like that. Maybe in 4 or 5 years, sure. But at the moment, man, I have zero intentions of buying a new console. Yeah. A lot of games on the Xbox One S that I have that I need to play. A lot of games on the PC that I need to play as well before I get a new console, right? But, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Brennan. And Scatlord, thank you so much for the channel support. Bidlow Quirv, indeed. Scatlord says, hey, man, been playing Postscriptum. Not lately. Postscriptum is, well, for those of you who might not know, Postscriptum is a World War II shooter, super hardcore, super difficult, and I love it for being like that. Not a fan of like Call of Duty multiplayer, that kind of stuff. Postscriptum is like one shot, one kill, super tactical, super strategic, super difficult. It's like Squad, if you've ever heard of Squad, but it's World War II. No, I've probably last time I played it was about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. I love it. I still love it. I just haven't really had much time to fire it up. And since Postscriptum came out, I feel like it's the type of game that, you know, I'll play solid for like 2 weeks, can't get enough of it, addicted to it, and then a couple months go by and I don't touch it. So it's like one of those games that ebbs and flows with me, you know? What kind of sucks is like I love those types of games, you know? I love those types of games. My buddies, for whatever reason, just they're not into it. They're not into it. And I'm usually just playing it by myself with like a squad of strangers, which is fine. It probably works out better because, you know, people that play Postscriptum usually know what the hell they're doing. But yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, I Hell Let Loose is very similar. I've never played it. I don't own it, but yeah. Anyway. I appreciate that, Scatlord. And a dancing piece of bread and Bryce Chambers. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and channel support. Before I jet, a dancing piece of bread says, I found a Ryan Johnson quote that's long for here, but he's saying how he thinks people want to be surprised at the movies, and I think that really influenced TLJ. Yeah, I'm sure I've read that quote before. I don't know what... off the top of my head, there's a lot of quotes like that. There's a lot of quotes about like the Force and stuff like that he's talked about. A lot of quotes that feel like shit that I said years ago, and it's really interesting how eye to eye we see on Star Wars and whatnot. But it's true, man. Like it's like, I mean, you could talk about spoiler culture or that kind of stuff, right? I don't understand why, or leaks and rumors and all that. I don't understand why somebody would want to go like hunting for that stuff. It's not in my blood. I would rather go in to see a movie blind and not know anything that's gonna happen, you know? Where the hell is the fun in going to see a movie and knowing exactly what's gonna happen? Don't you want to experience the twists and turns as the filmmakers, you know, want you to? I want to, at least. But yeah, there's so many twists and turns in that damn movie. I remember when Snoke got cut in half, being in the theater and being like, what the hell? It was like a hell yeah moment where, you know, it's the type of Star Wars movie that is going to put you on your toes. And that's what I want, man. I don't like predictability. The predictable thing... Or maybe the fan desire would be, you know, Luke Skywalker grabbing his lightsaber and going to kick some ass. Sure, maybe that would be, oh, yay. Sure, you get a lot of that, but I don't want that, man. I want surprises. I want twists and turns. I want, you know, unexpected moments. I want to be, you know, disappointed in characters. I want those kind of, those experiences. And when you just have just pure predictability and ham-fisted like fan appeasement and just the most inane predictable bullshit that feels like it came from you know, some fan fiction forum, what's the point, right? What the hell is the point? I don't know. Yeah, the audience applauded in my theater too when Snoke died as well. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, a dancing piece of bread. I dig it. I hope he gets his trilogy. I hope it's still happening. I'm not one to say it's not happening. I'm not one to say that it is happening. It's kind of interesting. Like, wherever you lie on that movie, you believe the polar opposite thing. You know what I mean? It's weird. When there's nothing, no news, no nothing about it, so I'm assuming it, you know, it's still happening. Well, yeah. Anyway. I appreciate that, man. And Bryce Chambers, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of this stream. Bryce says... Where'd it go? Bryce says... Would you want some more Imperial perspective-based TV series / games, or do you think it would be an uncomfortable perspective due to political climate? No, absolutely. Fuck that. The like uncomfortableness of it. Absolutely not. It's really interesting, Bryce, how people get like super upset about like how they perceive depictions in storytelling, right? Or I mean, The Boys is a good example, you know. Or they see political leanings in art and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I don't believe in not doing something due to maybe making an audience uncomfortable or enraging an audience. Does that make sense? No. I would love to see more Imperial perspective stuff. Yeah, for sure. Whether it humanizes them more or whether it makes them just black and white evil, I'm completely fine with either, right? It's kind of interesting, even with like Squadrons, the campaign, you have kind of defectors, you have diehards. There's a whole range of people that are in the Empire, and it's really interesting how over the years the Empire has been not necessarily just kind of like robotic cannon fodder, you know. But you could, a lot of the times with a lot of the games, I guess, there's a little bit of attempted empathy for these the oppressors, right? It's really interesting. It's really interesting. But no, I'm all for it, man. Like, yeah, I'm all for it. I don't let the political climate dictate what you want to do, what you want to say. You know, when studios, when writers, when filmmakers start to kind of have the outside world or the outside opinion of viewers or readers or whatnot dictate what they do, maybe because in order to avoid rage or avoid some kind of like I don't know, opposition to what they're making, then art dies, right? I think. But yeah, it's important to yeah, Scatlord says, making an audience feel disgusted, angry, annoyed, happy, discomforted is good. I completely agree. Yeah, it's really interesting, like, when a character is a scumbag, right, in a TV show or a movie or something like that, or in a book, it's really interesting, like, a certain group of people will sometimes attack the artist or the filmmaker or the writer or whatnot for creating this scumbag character, and I sit back and I'm like, the creator of this isn't the scumbag. They're making a character that's a scumbag, right? What are you can you not separate the art? Aren't you allowed to have scumbag shithead characters? Right? It's weird, man. It's weird. Anyway, I appreciate that, Bryce. I'm not good at articulating any of these thoughts. But yeah, Oscar Rodriguez and Quijibo, I probably butchered your name. I apologize, man. Oscar Rodriguez says, imagine if the twist was Luke is dead the whole time. Oh, that would have been kind of interesting. Maybe you said that as a joke, but that actually would have been kind of interesting. I kind of dig that idea. I don't know how that would have played, but I don't know. I liked the... There's a on-screen sacrifice that we see that I think maybe is a little more powerful than kind of a, I've been dead the whole time, Sixth Sense kind of twist, you know? But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. That's a fun little idea there. I don't know how that would have played. I don't know how that would have... how they would have, bro, people would be mad if Luke died. People are mad Iron. Yeah, I appreciate that, Oscar. It's fun to think about. And Quijibo, thank you so much for the channel support. Before I jump off here, Quijibo, I have Tourette's and I love your vids. Well, thank you so much for the kind words, man. Hope you're doing well. I dig the support. But, are you... Quijabo YouTube, I'm assuming. Quijabo YouTube. I'm gonna check out the channel. Let's Google this. Let's Google this. Wow, YouTube. Did I spell it incorrectly? I must have. Here, let's see. Copy and paste. Oh, weird. Okay. There's no channel. Minecraft. Okay. Anyway, Quijabo, I appreciate that, man. I said your name right? Nice. Awesome. Cool. Well, most of the time I completely butcher people's names unless they're John or Michael or Tommy or Greg or Ben or Joe. So I'm a little proud of myself for actually getting it right. But I appreciate that, man. And with that being said, it is time for me to jet. I gotta get going. It is 3:45 here, getting a little late. Gonna be waking up my daughter from her nap in about 30 minutes, so I got some shit to knock out before I do that. But anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. To everybody who supported the channel through Super Chats this afternoon, I appreciate the hell out of it. To everybody who just hung out in the chat, thanks for hanging out, man. And Geezus, and Caleb, and Arco, if you guys are here, keep an ear out. I might need you for some combat. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.